Che'il Mayan Chocolate produces over 4,000 chocolate bars per month. This local brand is most known for these traditional chocolates, but they also make other value-added products as well as byproducts that are sold at their shop. So how do they do this? At Che'il Mayan Chocolate, nothing goes to waste. This zero-waste practice starts from the farm to the factory. On the farm, once the cacao are harvested and the cocoa beans are extracted, the empty pods are returned to the ground, where they serve as natural compost for the farm. And once the beans are collected and transferred to the facility for processing, co-owner of Che'il Mayan Chocolate, Julio Saqui, begins to look for new ways to add value to his business, increase his bottom line, and provide new products for the market.
When we set the beans to ferment, 60% to 70% of that is juice that basically goes into waste. And when it goes into waste, you're left with about 30 to 36% of that as dried beans. Now, when you have that dried bean in your hand, automatically the price increases. It's no longer the same because you waste a lot of it. Now, my head keeps clicking. How do we come back and, well, how do you fetch more money in? Because you paid a lot of money, and because you paid a lot of money for it, that allows your chocolate price to increase. How do I bring down the price of chocolate is my main objective. So then I went to the idea, if I begin to use the byproducts, maybe I can sell it a little bit to bring in a little more revenue back into the business.
And one of those novel ideas is by creating a drink from fermenting cocoa beans. And as Saqui found out, he can make multiple drinks, including wine and juice.
So then I started playing with the juice a lot. I will tell you, I am crazy. I am totally. When I started playing with the juice, I make the wine fairly well because we turn the juice into wine. So what else can I do besides that? So what have been happening is I've been playing a lot with the cacao juice. So with that, now I make a fizz drink, almost like a champagne. I make that. I am still playing a lot of that product. I want to see how much shelf life I can have with it. But I can make that. I can also make just regular cacao juice by bottling them, and you open them and you drink them just like how you drink a Fanta or a mango juice. It's the same thing in bottles. I do have those. I just have to get out there and mass produce it, but I have been able to do that.
And when the seeds have fermented, they're dried and then roasted, and then they're shelled before they're put into a grinder. But at Che'il Mayan Chocolate, those shells don't go in the trash. One night, Saqui was producing chocolates by hand when he had a little accident with some hot water. The next day, that presented him with a new opportunity that has resulted in cocoa tea and tea bags.
When I walk into this room, just the aroma is like, wow, what is this? It smells so beautiful, so sweet. I kept looking, searching. I could, until when I went to lift that pot to throw outside, that was what smells so good. So I kept looking at it, smells good. I said, oh my goodness, this is really good. So that then propelled me into how do I mass produce it and package it for people now can take it and just use it just like any other tea. That was the beginning of the cacao tea. So with the shells of the cacao beans, we now make cacao tea. But it's not just tea, it's not just the shell. You just don't take the shells and package it because you know what? It's going to get moldy. It's going to go wrong. So we have to go back into fermentation. Just the shells alone have got to go back into fermentation, has got to go back into flavoring, adding the natural preservatives from the roots that we use, bring it back out into drying, so it dries out in the facility, and then come into grinding and packaging. So it has a little whole process by itself. That shell is a major seller. It sells like crazy. Sometimes that's all it gets take because it doesn't spoil, it doesn't melt, it doesn't go wrong, it keeps for a long time, and that is all what they're looking for. So for me, that's a major winner.
And to get more value from the cacao processing, Saqui now produces high-quality organic cocoa butter. Another byproduct is this multi-use natural cocoa powder that can be used in pastries, candies, and other foods. His experiments and tinkering in the facility also resulted in this instant drink mix.
We make the instant chocolate drink. that is something that was also crazy for me, because how do I use this waste product? I don't like to see waste. I don't like. We are possibly the only facility that does not have a dump site. We use everything. So after I realized the whole bunch of these sediments from the powder, then I said, what can I do with it? Then I started playing a lot with it in my little room, where it's also my lab. I play with a lot of stuff until I came out to that instant hot chocolate mix. Now I can mass produce. So we also acquired a machine that can pulverize it for us professionally, so it looks like it was made from a state-of-the-art factory, not knowing it can come from a small little community where nobody would think magic is happening.
But that's not all. Saqui is already testing out new ways of how the cocoa bean can be used for some new byproducts.
So I'm playing with making the chocolate sauce, just like how we would do the hot sauce, but in chocolate flavor. And then doing the other product that I am crazy about is the salad dressing. You know, you buy the Thousand Island in plastics, something like that, but all from cacao. So we make crazy little products, byproducts like that. But from the cacao, we started off just making chocolate. Now we can make other byproducts, and I think for me that is a major winner. It's a major winner also for the community, because the community is a part of what we're doing.
Reporting for News 5, I'm Andrea Polanco.